And hey, look, now we're starting recording. Welcome back to the Forever DM Star Wars Hunters podcast. Yeah. So where we last left off, the party floated a bunch of ideas and realized they're kind of planning this whole mission to death. And I think what was the last thing? Someone said we're still in a ship.
That's the working
We're gonna
plan
steal
currently.
or borrow a ship for drop off drugs.
I'm not entirely certain how that story developed at that point.
There was talk of ship-like theft and shenanigans.
Yeah, because we got the data core from that totally just a protocol droid. After starting the pit droid revolution.
Yes.
And we were sifting through that data when we found out about the ships that come and go.
Yeah, Shug and Watt together, I believe it was Watt, basically tore the data apart in the Dug hideout, the Dug hole.
The Doug Love Nest.
Dug Shack.
Baby.
I love that. You see a faded sign at the side of the road. What's it? 15 parsecs to the Dutch.
God.
Okay, game's over. We gotta write that song down.
Yeah, it's not too late for me to just dip out tonight, right? I can just
The Doug Shack baby.
Okay, Gabe, we're gonna stick around after this, and we're gonna write this song, and then you're gonna get to the airport in the morning.
I'm pretty sure you all have ruined me because you all went that direction, and my
Oh, we lost you.
Nope. Sean?
I'm dying to know what direction his mind
foot
went.
loose. Did I? What direction did I go in? Did you hear anything?
We hear now.
your direction went, and then everything just kind of disappeared, and then you came back with the word footloose.
You made
You all were remixing that song. I was just remixing Footloose to Foot Juice, and it just went it got real bad real quick.
Yeah.
That might be better.
Better? The word better is what you used to describe that? Better?
I mean, the name of the album is They Use Their Feet.
Yes.
Canon reference. Foot Juice was the first hit from Bad Baby.
Perfect.
and Doug Shack. It was they're on the same album.
So, as we left off, you guys are in the Doug Shack, and you have processes data. Shug has just pointed out the fact that you guys have the friend or foe icon for ships coming in and picking up spice deliveries. And I think the very last thing that was floated was Watt, of all people, suggested Shug and Watt go through the tunnels while Tisk and Thule arrive in the ship. The quote-unquote ship you have not stolen yet.
Right.
Yeah.
That theoretical ship that we still have to find and steal.
I'm sure that'll be the easy part.
And so we will, the galaxy is yours. What do you guys want to do?
So, what do you do when you land?
We ask for Falcone and the drugs.
You show up and they say, "Where's Carl?" And you say he got sick today? What?
That's honestly not bad.
I believe the term for Vobun's lackey was Blaster Gut. Maybe Carl caught that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I hear that's going around.
Especially in these circles.
What?
When you don't show up for work because of blaster gut, it's because you got shot in the gut by a blaster.
You think Axis would let us use his ship and land us, and we do the lifting from there?
No, I don't.
Fair enough. Don't have any other leads on the ship.
I think we.
What about a taxi that Watt hacked?
I think we ask Bogan. I think we ask Vobin.
Okay. And Watt turns and starts walking out.
I just pictured a fucking group showing up in a taxi for a drug pickup.
And Watt says okay and starts
Inconspicuous.
leaving.
It's fine.
Isn't that the basis of the movie Transporter? I guess it's a person instead of drugs, but yeah.
Is that Jason Statham?
Yeah,
Yep.
No.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
this is one of his first big ones.
I remember him most from Crank.
Dude, Crank is so good. It's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie so much.
Such a crazy film. All right, so Watt is just
It's the Germans.
Watt is walking out the door.
Where's he going?
To talk to Vobin, probably.
Oh, all right. Well,
Are we waiting for blaster fire again?
No, I actually want to go talk to Vobin, so I'm going to follow him.
This would be so
It's
much
just
easier if we
gives
just
a grunt. I think Tisk is actually going to spend more time putting stuff together of trying to build out perhaps some more useful things before we go on this. So Tisk is going to stay there and go back to working with his materials.
Yeah, that's fine. Julie, you coming?
If I do,
I mean, you don't have to, but you can.
I
if you
really
want.
don't have anything else to do.
Great, let's
It
go.
was nice breaking that guy's kneecaps. I want to do more of that.
All right, so the party leaving the seedy little apartment building. Thule, Watt, and Shug leaving Tis behind. You guys travel the short distance. You can see Vobin's cantina from the apartment building. Apparently, he doesn't like travel far for his trysts. Stepping inside, since you guys have been there before, the Grimorian guards that are standing, sentinel watch, they kind of just step back, let you guys in as you walk in, and immediately you hear the music from the cantina start playing.
Is it Doug Shack? Is that what we're walking into?
Yeah, you're walking in. You're actually listening to Doug Shack.
I want you to know that the band performs that song, and I'm not gonna be able to keep a straight face every time we play that now.
Sorry.
We walk in and Watt is singing Doug Shack, baby. But he
Coincidentally, Sean, we also play Footloose. So.
Perfect.
But you look at Watt's face and he clearly doesn't understand the words.
So walking in, you have the regular clientele from the cantina that you guys have seen multiple times from the night you threw the fight. Haven't stepped in here in a couple of days, the crowd seems a little rowdy, little boisterous, as there's Twi'lek dancers up on stage. But you see Vobin, and you see his bodyguard standing right beside him, sitting at his usual table.
Watt's on a mission. He said, "Let's go talk to him," and left. So I'm on a mission.
Misa still want to fuck him up.
Yeah, well, why don't we save that until after we finish this job? Yeah.
Right. When we're not in debt to him. Got it.
How are we in debt?
Well, but we need what he has, and so we're working to get that.
As
But
you
I have money. And I literally hold up a credit chit.
Yeah, but unfortunately, what we need is not money. We need a person.
Stare at it for just like a few minutes too long.
few minutes.
I start drifting over to Bogan's table. Like, I don't say anything.
This is my in-game and in-character way to let you do the talking.
That's smart. Okay, so I drift over.
As you get closer, you see he's picking at like a small plate of what Star Wars-esque junk food, live little like tadpoles. He's just tossing into his mouth. As he looks at you, mouthful. Oh, you're the one I've been looking for. It's like you take over my hotel room for days, and I ain't heard nothing. I haven't heard anything. It's like
Hey, I told you this type of job was going to take some planning, and that's what we've been doing.
For 3 days.
Now that we have a plan, I'm here talking to you. Now, do you want to hear the plan? Or you want to keep complaining?
Fine, let's hear it. For
All
3
right,
days, it better be a good plan.
One of the things that we agreed upon was that you would provide us with some resources.
Yeah.
I need a ship. It doesn't have to be a nice ship. It just needs to have a transponder code that it can be modified to the code that I give you.
What are you gonna do with this ship?
I'm gonna fly it in. Well, not me. One of us is gonna fly it in to the Pike District, pick up your nephew, and probably a bunch of spice with it, and bug out. So if it's fast, that would be a plus. Good chance we'll need to get out of there quickly.
So you're gonna what now?
Listen,
That's me.
Listen, I'm not gonna go into the details of the plan. It's probably better for you if you don't know all of it. Just know that we've got the situation under control. The one thing I'm missing from all of the pieces is the ship. We have. I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you this. We have information on the ships that are supposed to come in and pick things up. I have the transponder code for one of those ships. So if I can show up as that ship with that code, we can be in and out without anybody knowing. Or at the very least, we can get in and get your nephew on the ship, hopefully without anybody knowing. And then when we take off is when the problem is going to arise.
You see him kind of looking around, seeing if anybody's paying attention to this conversation. I can't get you a ship that's got my name on it, or my name attached to it, but I can tell you where you can get a ship.
I'm listening.
There's a repair yard. It's just outside this district. It's a seedy little place called Proles. Proles Ship Repair. It's owned by this old Rhodian. And let me just say, you'll know you're in the right spot when you smell Jawa, if you know what I mean.
Okay. And
I'm like tugging on Vobin's sleeve. Doesn't matter which one. He's probably got 4. I'm just like tugging on his sleeve. What's that mean?
He looks down. What does your rat want?
it's what?
The ship needs to, and I will in verse rattle off the ability to alter its Engine signature, the ability to completely take it off the grid for a period of time. It needs to be able to carry so many gigajoules of or kilos of cargo. I'd like Watt literally gives you a spec list. You're like, here's this little idiot who just rattled off like the entire spec chart of a ship that he needs.
I do this to Vobin. I'm like just
He looks at. What'd you say?
You said you're rattling that off like inverse, as if like you're reading from a holy text or something.
Watt is just saying it in Watt's voice. Gabriel is not sober enough to roleplay all of that at once right now.
Oh, machine spirit.
Right. I was going to follow up everything Watt said with Thule saying, Amen.
Okay, canon. That's what happened.
So,
sorry, I think I missed something. My internet just dropped.
Nothing.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
So Vobin listens to everything Watt says, and he looks. He says, that aside, I'm just telling you, this dealer, he's not a good guy. I think he's you got a lot of Jawas that work for him. I actually think he's got an entire Jawa clan there that owe him a life debt for some reason. He's the go-to for the syndicates, if you know what I mean.
So just to be clear, you're sending me here, and we're gonna go steal a ship from him. He doesn't owe you one. I'm not gonna get a ship for free from him.
But
I'm not turning in a favor for this job that can be tracked to me. However, if you want to go to this place and lift the ship, that's up to you. That's between you and him. But that's going to be your best choice because I guarantee you some of the cargo freighters, and you keep saying ship, but what you need is a speeder truck. That's what does the Pykes deliveries to the starport.
Yeah.
As Watt is holding up his hand, Thule picks him up and puts him on Vobun's table.
like I'm insistently like waving my hand at this point, but my hand is up. I'm waiting to be acknowledged.
Sorry, I thought you were dancing to the Doug Shack.
What do you want, little guy?
It won't work then. We can't go steal a transport from the syndicate and then drive it to the syndicate.
I didn't say that it's the syndicates. This is a go-to for all the underworld.
Oh.
That's the best lead I got for you. You want a ship? That's where you go. Go to Proles.
Does he rent?
You talk to him. Anything you do, you work out with him. Whether he rents it, whether you steal it, whether you buy it, I don't care if you go on a date with him for it. It doesn't need to connect to me.
You've been a font of information as always. Yep. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, get out of here. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
As we turn and leave, Watt looks back at Vobin. Somebody put cameras in your apartment, so I turned them off for you.
You what?
I leave.
Yeah, that's his name. Bye.
You know, hurry up, because I'm tired of spending time with my wife. I need to get my apartment back.
As we go, Watt looks at Thule. If he's getting away from his wife, he goes to his apartment alone. That sounds sad. Why does he go there alone?
Yes, Watt. He is a very sad little man. And I pat you on your head and just walk out.
I am on your shoulder again.
Perfect.
Suddenly.
I reach up and pat you on your head.
Perfect. Perfect. So, if he didn't tell us, then stop at the bar and get directions on how to get there. Do we need to get a transport to get there, or can we like walk across a bridge and get there?
I'm gonna say not even having to roll for it. You ask enough people, and eventually it's like, oh, everybody knows what Proles is. You know, you got a hot speeder you got to sell, you go to Proles. You got one that needs to get repaired, you go to Proles. You got a speeder that needs to get chopped up and sold into pieces, you go to Proles. It is. It's a small walk, short walk. So,
Watt takes a nap on Tuli's shoulder while Tuli walks.
cutting to Tisk. Tisk, what are you doing?
Well, so I am working through these parts and everything that I've got, and as the plan's been coming together, Tisk has been starting to try to decide on how best to put certain assets to use. And Bill, would you say over the course of the 3 days we've kind of been at this, and I've been toying around with things and whatnot, that between the parts that I have available, that's 150 credits worth of parts, and my crafter skill, I'd be able to craft something worth that 150 in like just downtime between things?
Yeah, I'd actually say, because most of the time when I say, hey, you guys are taking a long or short rest, you're telling me you're crafting and fucking with stuff, so.
It's kind of been the intent, but I haven't really been tracking like time specifically across all of it, so it's kind of a little the gut check here. So if you're good with it, then
well, comes down to, let's say you take a long rest every day. It's been 3 days, 8 hours a day. So.
Okay, cool. I mean, that would be
Plenty of time.
not crafting the entire time that I'm sleeping, but I mean, even on 2 to 3 hours on each one of those days, I would eclipse the amount of time that I would need for what I can make here.
There you go.
What'd you make?
Is everybody coming back?
Yeah, are you guys...
Yeah, I'm gonna lay out what I'm making here if everybody's coming.
What said you're going straight there, but is the party going to go pick up their Trandoshan before you go?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Again, Watt is sleeping on Tuli's shoulder, so
You all come back, like open the door back into the Doug hut. And there's 2 fragmentation mines planted like 5 feet inside the door. And as you open the door, you just see Tisk go click, and there's a leak that happens on both of them because the explosives have been removed from them. But Tisk is holding a brand new remote detonator.
Nice.
I love this.
So you created remote detonating mines?
So a remote detonator is an equipment item that has to be crafted, can be paired to up to 2 mines at a time to remote detonate them, rather than them require someone coming within 15 feet of them. I have 2 fragmentation mines already in my inventory, so
Nailed it.
there's options.
He made claymores.
There's just a big toothy grin on Tisk's face as the mines like bleep and activate and don't explode. That'll work. And I pocket that, go pick up my fragmentation mines, and start putting the explosives back inside of them.
That looks fun. What are you gonna use them on?
Not sure yet, but could make for a good distraction.
All right. So the party together. Where are you headed?
Proles.
Last name, Letariat.
It's actually High. Pearl High. So, as you guys pick up Tisk, filling him in, of course, I'm sure you do. Walking in the same direction as you did the power plant, eventually you step out. Following the line, you step just outside the district. You get communications back once you do. as the network tends to open up as you guys step out of the dampening field. A few hundred feet later, you're walking along a bridge. Bridge has little stalls set up on the edges. You see a couple people selling various foodstuffs. Someone holding up what looks to be charred animals of some type. They're quadrupedal. You can't really tell what they were, but they were small. Heads and tails have been removed. They kind of look tasty. You see someone holding up obviously fake pearl, like jewels, trying to sell a necklace, speaking in Huttese, selling it for 100 credits. As you guys walk by, you see two buildings as soon as you get off the bridge. One, obviously, you see a lot of people standing in line. See a brand new, crispy, red speeder setting up on a little display stand right in front of the building. And from the distance, the second building, past it, you see a large garage door and several large speeder ships. Not really any space-bound transports, but these are a lot. You see a lot of very combination of fancy to what is the word I'm looking for? Utilitarian type vessels. Some speeder bikes as well, kind of lined up. Weaving in and out of these ships, you see creatures about Watt size, covered head to toe in brown robes with glowing eyes within the hoods themselves, running around from ship to ship, either stripping the ships for parts or putting those said strip parts onto other ships as they are attempting repairs. As a large amount of Jawas apparently work at this location.
All right, I want to know what you think a large amount of Jawas means.
Yeah, how many is a lot?
Since all Jawas look alike, because they're all
racist,
super racist.
Because they all look alike, they're all dressed alike. You can't really tell a good solid number, but you see in the distance that this is a large area covered in ships. You see roughly about 14 just outside the building, working on various ships. You see what appears to be the main office and a sign that says Pearl's Ship Repairs.
I would love to wake up, and as I do, look across the sea of ships here and see like what we're working with. Like, are these all stripped for parts? Is one of them souped up? What?
You have ships in various stages of disrepair. You have some that are obviously there to be stripped for parts, used as repair parts for other vehicles. You see some that look like they're straight off an assembly line. You see the pimped out lowrider version of like speeders that are got the flames. It's got the flames. You see the speeder bikes that have the ape hangers, and it's like obviously he's got the flame, the flame decals of Huttese spray painted all over the sides. Several speeders like that.
I love them.
You see some of them that have like the weird sissy bar back for absolutely no reason. Just I don't know. Maybe a Hutt thought it was cool. You see,
this is my kind of place.
You see large cargo transports, at least 5 of them, 4 in a distance, 1 on a center platform that is an opening to the lower levels that obviously the ship comes up from beneath as it's currently being worked on. You see these magna locks holding it in place as various Jawas walk on board and off board. You see a rather large garage with, you can see the fins and decals of several different types of sporty like speeders that are being worked on by Jawas.
That one. And I definitely point at the one that's maglocked down with Jawas all over it.
How do we remove the Jawas? I'm fine taking that one.
I point at your mace.
I'd rather not.
No, we're not gonna do that.
I'd rather not create a Jawa paste.
How did Watt get so bloodthirsty?
Listen, Jawas are the very good mechanics. That they might be light fingered, but they're very good at what they do, and they don't deserve that.
Okay. What do they not deserve? I don't understand.
They don't deserve to be crunched by Thule.
I don't understand.
About as you guys are standing there,
Me neither.
this orange and silver R2 unit comes rolling up to you, and as it does, let's see. Yeah, it runs over Tisk's foot. And it sits there, it turns, points at you. In binary, it basically says, I have a message for you. In binary, for those of you that listen to binary. The rest of you just hear a bunch of random trills and beeps.
I will hop from Thule onto the R2 unit, and I'll say, what is it, Lassie?
And as it happens, yeah, you're smacked in the face, Watt, as the top of it comes open and a little holo projector starts projecting the message. You see a little holo projection of an old Rhodian. It says, welcome to Prill's Ships and Repairs. If it's new and you want it, we got it. If it's old and you want it to disappear, we can do that too. If you want... If you're needing a ship to get your kids to school, we got plenty of those. If you're needing a ship to smuggle off of Coruscant, we don't have those, but we actually do have those. It's like, come on inside the office of Pearl's Ships Repairs, and you just see the lid shuts like a trash can and starts rolling away.
I am still on top of it. What's your name? And what's the droid's name?
It doesn't pay any attention to you. It immediately runs up to the next gathering of people, and it trills in binary. I have a message for you, and
it has a message for you.
Lid pops up again, and just for comedy's sake, it hits Watt in the face again as it comes up, and it shoots up and just plays the exact same holo message.
As it turns around and rolls away from them, I am still on top of it.
Right.
Cut to the party.
Well, I guess we go talk to Prol.
What do we want out of this? Are we taking the ship, or are you renting the ship? I don't have money.
Well, we do have money. We have... What did Vobin pay us? Don't we have a bunch of credits?
No.
You haven't been paid yet.
Vobin's payment
anything.
was toward our what we ultimately want out of him.
Yeah.
He didn't actually give us.
You said it was
No. We
it
got
was worth 8,000, but the throwing the fight covered 4 of it.
No, I thought we got credits. I negotiated credits on top of the deal.
Yeah, and you get paid the credits when both deals are done.
Okay.
As you guys are, as the three of you are talking, you just see the R2 unit in the background, the camera shot background, and like Watt's still riding on top of it.
I have 23 credits. Can I buy a speeder truck?
No. But what I do have is a particular set of skills.
Huli's hand goes back to his vibromace. Me too.
No, not those skills. The other ones.
Okay.
I'm talking about putting things together, not taking them apart.
When you say the other one, you see the vibro knuckler roll out from under his hand.
We do that for like 3 or 4 times. No, the other one. No, the other one.
Tisk just kind of like gives a shrug, puts the grenade back on his bandolier.
The vibro mace and a vibro knuckler sounds like a good night.
It has served Thule well before.
Listen, you're proving my point here. We have a particular set of skills. We have skills we can offer Prole, and maybe he has some things he needs to have done, but or maybe we can make a deal. Because what we're talking about is renting a speeder and then bringing that speeder back with a bunch of spice in it, maybe.
I hope he's a junkie. That would make this easy.
I want to see what the party's gonna do with a cargo truck full of spice.
We're gonna get to give it to Prole, maybe.
We're gonna open up the back door and slit a hole in the spice bag and let it rain. The entire district's gonna get high as fuck.
Where has the droid taken me at this point?
Oh man, he's stealing things from all of these people.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm cracking up because I just thought of the Star Wars equivalent of Cocaine Bear, and that's Spice Bantha or Spice Rancor.
I love it.
Or
I love it.
what's the fucking snow the Yeti bullshit? I can't think.
Wampa.
What they're calling it.
Wampa.
The Wampa.
Yeah.
Spice.
Really, a Spice Wampa.
Spice
Definitely
Wampa.
Spice Wampa.
Spice Wampa. It's the Star Wars equivalent of Cocaine Bear. Spice
I
Wampa.
would watch the fuck out of that.
Yet another band in Star Wars. Spice Wampa.
Love it.
It
More
was
of a
bound
sit metal band.
I love it.
Okay, so you're basically this R2 unit. What is it's patrolling around the parking lot, quote unquote, area in front of the office building. Like anybody that looks like they're new, it goes up to the same group of people at least twice, 3 or 4 times actually, annoying the shit out of them with this hollow projecting image. It's running just a single program, it looks like, and all it's a greeter droid.
So I rolled a 17, a 13, and a 12 to pickpocket 3 different groups randomly as this happens. And it's that absent-minded, like, Watt doesn't realize he's doing it. He's not a klepto, he just doesn't understand personal items.
All right. So as you're doing this, and your little lemur-like hands are coming out picking pockets, you find an empty bottle, an improved restraining bolt, and 4 credits.
A what restraining bolt? Sorry.
Let's see. Can I?
Is that like a brand name or something?
I am revealing the results to you in chat, and the objects are linked.
And I can drag it.
Yes, you can. You can drag it and drop it in your inventory from chat.
That's fucking amazing.
Yep.
So that happens, right? And since 2 of those items are relatively small, you don't notice it, but you guys see Watt holding on to this like bottle that is clearly like somebody had it in a brown paper bag and now it's Watt's. But as the droid goes around, I'm gonna like come back past the party as the droid rolls back up to the party, and at this point like one of the ships has caught my eye and I just start going that way. One of the covered transports that's like out in the yard kind of thing.
Okay. So you're going to one of the covered transports.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So so you're jumping off the droid
At this point, yeah. But I waited until we came back to the party so they see this happen.
All right. So you guys see Watt jump off the R2 unit, and he starts heading to one of the closer covered areas where you see 2 Jawas working underneath the tarp of this small speeder. And eventually, as Watt comes walking up to the Jawas, I'm not going to make a Jawa noise because I can't.
Lame.
Martini.
That's about it. It's like, you can do the Martini and the so this Jawa speaking Jawanese.
So this is like UPS truck size.
Oh no, this is a smaller speeder.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Like one of the big cargo speeders.
Oh, cargo speeders, they're way off. Like,
yeah, that's where I'm going.
Okay, so yeah, you guys see Watt go off into the distance then.
Into the junkyard.
One of us should go with him, and it's not going to be me.
All right.
And I just look
I'll
between Julie and Tisk.
Tisk is already walking off, like not interested in really talking to people. So yeah, I'll go play babysitter.
You both can go if you want. I can go talk to Pro.
I have some piloting experience. I might be able to help.
Okay.
Yeah, Tisk bounces and starts plodding along.
All right.
After you're still riding on the droid, is that right? Or you
No,
jumped out?
he jumped off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do I go anywhere near this droid as I'm walking back that way?
Yeah, I'll say you will.
If the droid comes back near me, I kick it for having run over my foot.
Just
in passing, just bah!
give me a strength check. Just a strength check. I want to see how hard you kick it.
It's just like a flat 10.
Okay, it kind of wobbles a little bit and goes off direction, but and the holo projector starts playing, and it's like it's like walking pearls. So as Shug and Thule walk into the door of this establishment, pushing open this actually kind of manual door. It's not an automatic door that opens up or anything like that. You push open this manual door. As you do, you hear instead of the bing bong you have from the sword, you just see the sound effect of a lightsaber coming on and off. As you walk in, you see a line of individuals lined up at this counter. You see an old Rhodian behind it, and you see this very nicely dressed, obviously upper surface Coruscanti resident female looking, and she's like, "I don't understand what happened. I paid for you to fix this, and we got less than 12 feet off the lot, and the engine fell out." And Pearl looks and says, "Oh, you see, ma'am, you look here on the contract. You paid for us to service your vehicle, but for the restraining bolts on the engine to stay inside was extra, and you passed on that fee, ma'am, so we didn't really tighten the engine down that much."
I love this guy.
She's like, I don't understand it. She's like, everybody on the surface is going to hear about this. Oh, that's fine, ma'am. I really don't do business with the surface. I kind of did business with you because, you know what? Just get the hell out. She's like, I can't believe this. Fine. And she grabs the data pad she had the contract on. She goes walking out past you guys. And you just see the next person walk up, this like pot-bellied, wow, I just blanked. Mon Calamari. This pot-bellied Mon Calamari walks up and is like, "Yeah, I just needed. Do you have the part for a T16 Model 12 speeder?"
The part. Do you have the part for this speeder?
So
one part to rule them all.
See, the thing is, having worked at GameStop for 4 years, this shit happens.
Yeah.
Bill's worked retail. Where do you think Bill gets his inspiration from?
Yeah.
That's too real, man.
So you guys are, Shug and Thule, you guys are in a line of about 5 people queued up for this counter. Do you wait patiently in line and I'll go to Tisk and what? Or do you have a way you want to make sure that you're next in line?
I fly up to next to Thule's head. I'm like, "Hey, you want to speed us along through this line a little bit?"
I'm happy to clear a path for us. Everybody move!
Roll an intimidation check.
The most Andre the Giant voice you can think of.
You are the Brute Squad.
Liar! You're not a witch, I'm your wife.
Oh, that was deception. I'm sorry. Here's intimidation. My bad. I was not lying about them to move.
It's a 17.
17.
Yeah, they part the Red Sea, man. It's just, you just see them part open. Even with a 17, the Mon Calamari that's at the counter moves. You guys just look, and Pearl kind of raises a Rhodian eyebrow to you. Can I help you, big boy?
I am very thankful for everybody moving, and I just walk in a straight line with not Watt, Shug. I'm used to Watt being with me, but Shug up by my head. I'm just moving us towards the counter. Is that what you had in mind?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Here you go.
So do the people leave, or do they just get out of the way?
They just parted. They just got out of the way, and they got right back in the line.
Okay. You're Prol, right? I was told to talk to Prol.
I'm at least Pearl today, unless I owe you money.
No. In fact, quite the opposite. I think we have a mutual interest to discuss, but I don't want to do it in front of all these people. But I can tell you, it's gonna bring you in more money than these jokers. And I look at the collection of. I specifically look at the Mon Calamari.
And we have specifics about our needs. And Thule also glares at the Mon Calamari.
He looks at you, but what the hell did I do? Pearl, roll. He looks interested, but roll a persuasion check on Pearl.
All right. I got a +7 on that. Oh, there it goes. Hang on. Okay. That's an 11, so 18.
18. He looks at you, looks at Thule, looks back at you, looks at Thule, looks at the thing you're riding in. All right,
I'm an Anzellan. You know I'm worth it.
I'll give you some time. Hold on. Let me get someone to watch the counter. Not! He yells out. He yells out, "Not! Come here!" And you just see this this Jawa come walking out. This Jawa who has just an entire backpack filled with equipment. This Jawa comes out and just kind of does his shoulders and his hands. Like this. He goes, "Watch the counter!" And this Jawa comes over and pulls a footstool out from under the counter and like climbs up on top of it. And the next guy walks up and the Jawa just speaks. And yeah, can you? I need the part for a T16 speeder. And as the Mon Calamari walks off, and Pearl lifts up the countertop, little entryway as you guys come. Well, of course, Shug flies over it. Thule, you gotta squeeze a little bit to get into it as he takes you out back, out of the building. Through you go through a little storage area where you see several pit droids. One just kind of stocking boxes as you walk past. You go past the refresher that smells of high heaven. And did we lose Gabe?
He's here. He just turned his camera off, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
cool.
There it is.
So we come walking out, and you're eventually brought out into the storage area for all the speeders as he's standing outside with you. And you just see right in front of you, he reaches into his shirt, pulls out a death stick, puts it in his mouth, starts sucking on it. What do you want?
Well, I was wondering what kind of man we'd be dealing with before I got here, but now I know. I've got a business opportunity for you, but it involves crossing some.
No. I don't want to know who you're robbing. I don't want to know who you're stealing from.
No, you don't need to know any of that.
No, I don't need to know. Just tell me what you're bringing me.
All right. So, spice.
How much?
You see one of those speeder trucks over there?
You're talking about like the one I got the mag locks on, or the one that's in the distance over there where that... What's that Trandoshan and that Lehman doing over there?
They're with us. Don't worry about them. They're scoping the ships.
You wanted the one with the blocks.
Is that the one? I don't know.
Ah, okay. You want to borrow that one? All right. Yeah. The pin. This is going to be a tough one. So you want to bring me that thing filled with spice?
Minus space for a passenger.
Well, 4, but yeah. 5. Do I count?
You can ride in my lap.
He sits there, starts rubbing his chin. So as he's thinking, what in Tisk? What? Where are you going?
Sorry, I have a dog sleeping on my lap now, so I had to move the microphone.
The most cutest tater.
He's very sad because we're traveling tomorrow, so he's been mopey because bags exist.
Oh, because he knows.
So as we're walking over there, just keep looking up at Tisk, then looking away, and then looking up at Tisk, and then looking away. And every time you look at me, I look away.
What are you looking for back here?
A ship.
I suppose I should have known the answer on that.
This one looks good. And I just walk up to a totally random one.
Okay. So are you particularly... You said you were particularly looking for the cargo trucks, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you walk up to this cargo truck. This random fucking cargo truck with yellow trim.
Lamps on the side.
The back of it's open. The ramp's open. You walk on. Right before you get onto it, you see a Jawa come walking off, and he's like kind of wiping his hands. Doesn't even notice you. He's just kind of talking to him. Ding, 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 ding. As he walks, he just walks past you guys down the ramp. And as he walks out and doesn't even notice, Watt comes walking on. Tisk, you see Watt walk onto one of the cargo trucks.
I will walk over towards the cargo truck and try and keep an eye on whatever the heck it is that Watt is doing.
So at the entrance, like at the hatch, is there a title plate or something with like a make and model?
You do see like a make and model, a data pad on the back. The data pad obviously operates the back ramp. Operates the ship. Seems like it can operate in vacuum, but there is no interstellar travel with the ship. No.
Are we talking like a cutter from Star Citizen kind of vibe?
Think about a mini what's that ship from? Oh shit!
The Expanse.
Yes.
Rocinante.
Yeah.
Rocinante?
Yeah. Think of a mini ship like that.
Okay.
Love that show.
Yeah. Perfect. So since we're outside of the jamming field, I'll immediately like pull up the specs off the HoloNet for this make and model.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna call it the Rossi 5. So I'll pull up the specs for the Rossi 5. Transorbital transport, and then I immediately walk into the engine room.
Okay, it's not that big. This is literally just It's actually the registration number is an ST C. It's a speeder truck cargo is pretty much what it is. These are this is literally the size of a cutter from Star Citizen. Yeah. It's like you have the back, you have the cockpit. It doesn't have a bathroom, doesn't have a bed. It's literally
wherever the like inners of the ship are. And I'm going to go there, and I'm just going to look at the engine and see if it's actually still there and functional.
Okay, so you look, and from what, give me a tech check as you're looking at this data pad.
My arm's stuck. Will somebody roll a d20 for me?
I got you, boo. Yeah, I nat 20'd, I swear to God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Proxy rolls for the win.
Yeah. So as with a nat 20, as you pull up this data, boom. You haven't been on an open network in a while, being locked away.
I have a lot of pop-ups all of a sudden.
Yeah. What's this? Single hot huts looking for me in my local area?
What local lerman in your area?
God.
Yeah, so I am just trying to verify that the ship will fly.
Yes and no. Does it have all its inner workings from what you're looking at? Yes, but the ignition sequences for the ship is missing. As in the programming, basically the key, as it was for the ship, has been pulled as it's being worked on.
Is that something I think I can either fake or recreate or pull from one of these other transports?
Watt thinks he can do anything.
I know, but like narratively, is that a skill?
It's like having a programming key for one of the new Bentleys.
Gotcha. I need a fob.
Yeah, you need a key fob.
I need the clicker.
However, with a natural 20, you do notice, looking at the specs on the HoloNet, looking at this ship, which the registration is attached to a similar holdout company as the apartment complex you were in. Not the same one, but a similar shady, cover-up holdout company attached to the name of this cargo truck. Looking at the specs, you do notice that in this cargo hold, there is a hidden compartment that's not supposed to be there.
Awesome.
It's small. It's small. It's small. It's about 4 foot long, and it's about you can tell just by looking at the specs, not opening it up. It's about 4 foot long, 28 inches wide. And it's not that deep.
At this point, Watt has been on a Rain Man moment, and he turns around and realizes that Tisk is there. Totally forgotten. Why are you? Hi.
Just gonna narrows his eyes. Babysitting.
What? And then
exactly.
It's for smuggling, and I'll point at the compartment.
Seems useful.
I need a key.
Roll an insight check. What? How insightful is what?
+2. And yeah, I don't have any warning for this. So, all right, 14.
14. As it leaves your mouth, you go smuggling. You go. Wait a second. That's too small for smuggling. Anything of value.
And this light bulb comes on, and I just completely forget that Tisk is there again and run over to that compartment and pop it open.
All right. It takes a little bit, but it's still going off a natural fucking 20. You run your hands along, and then eventually you press on the panel, and the panel recesses in a little bit, but then it pops back up with a click as it starts coming up on like hydraulics. Choo! Tisk, you see this as it comes up. You see that the inside of this hidden compartment is filled with like a nice material cushioning. Sitting on top of that cushion is a brand new sniper rifle. That fits perfectly into this hidden compartment.
I kind of like step up onto the ship. Now that's very interesting.
That's spicy.
I immediately tear over the entire thing, looking for anything else.
Okay. With natural 20,
You mean the entire truck, and you just leave the sniper rifle?
What?
Or you're going over the sniper. Great. I pick up the sniper rifle and check this thing out.
the sniper rifle is 4 feet long. It's as tall as what?
Fair.
If I took it, I would take it apart for parts.
Okay, in the equipment guide, you have in the weapons, you have the standard sniper rifle. That is what you have.
Okay, cool. I will check that out.
Roll me a perception as you pick it up.
Sniper rifle.
Sorry.
You need a strength of 13 to use this.
I
can in
built
fact not use
I
it.
built my character to have a strength of 13.
No, that was more directed at Watt.
I know, but like specifically because of the items that require 13 strength.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, you said perception?
Yeah.
I think it's 16.
16. With a 16, you do notice there was key thing was at one time Imperial stamps on this.
Mm,
It's been filed off.
nice.
There is no registration on it either. It's a unmarked sniper rifle.
Damn.
Some hitman's gonna be really pissed that we robbed his getaway car.
Yeah. You ain't kidding.
This is when we meet the big bad.
Ourselves.
Yeah. Fuck. Shit, if we need money, we got shit to sell now. God damn. Okay. Yeah. I sling this fucking thing over my back like I own it and continue to watch over Watt.
Suddenly worth the journey. All right.
Absolutely.
Scanning back to the camera shifts back to Shug and Thule as you're standing there with Pearl. Pearl rubbing his cheek, pulling his death stick out of his mouth. All right, so you want to bring me a cargo truck? You want to bring me a cargo speeder full of spice? I don't want to know who you're taking it from, but by saying that, I know who you're taking it from.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, and I need the transponder code to be able to be modified.
Well, that's the thing. What do you want it modified to? Because you might not have to.
I have a specific modifier.
Well, you see, the person that you're telling me you are not stealing this cargo from owns that particular speeder. That is magna-locked.
And that person's coming to pick this speeder up tomorrow.
It depends. the Speeda could have more maintenance issues than they originally thought and could have to be held over a little longer.
Nailed it.
I think it has many issues that need to be repaired.
I'm just worried about word getting back to the people that it'll be going to.
See, that's the issue now, isn't it? Because by not telling me who this person is, you are telling me who this person is or who they are.
I don't know what you're talking about. I say again.
So you wanna knock over one of my clients? I personally don't have a problem with it. I'm an entrepreneur myself. But that is a cargo load of spice you're offering me. This is a guaranteed thing? You're going to bring me the whole truckload?
The whole truckload.
And what's your cut in this?
I don't know if you need to know that. We're not taking any of the spice.
That's all I care about. If you're stupid enough to sit here and bring me a sure thing and you don't want a taste of it, that's your problem. But here's
I'm more of a mushrooms over spices kind of guy when it comes to my culinary skills, and I look at the death stick in his mouth.
Here's the thing, though. How do I know you aren't a loyalty test?
You ever seen me before?
No.
Do the people that I may or may not be robbing from, do they hire people like me?
I don't know who the hell they hire.
What
They hire people like him all the time, and he points at Thule.
Well, yeah, he has a particular set of skills.
I'm much more than a pretty face. I plan to pilot that. And I point to the thing on Maglocks again.
So basically, you want to borrow a ship that I got on the books, getting maintenance taken care of. How long you need it?
Not long. A couple hours.
When?
Was it supposed to be
Tomorrow.
No. Like we have a time for when the up, right?
Oh, okay. That's
Tomorrow,
right. Yeah.
tomorrow is when the delivery is supposed to be happening.
Yep.
Just humor me? What's the name of the ship?
The name of the ship?
The transponder, whatever. I just want to verify that this is the same one we're talking about, so we're not making a huge mistake.
It's like, I don't...
The transponder codes change, and the code that we have has not been assigned to a ship for delivery yet.
This is where the confusion's coming in. Transponder codes are assigned to the ships. There's the ship's ID. What you guys have are the friend of foe codes.
Okay. So tell me.
Does that mean we couldn't go today?
We just need designating a ship, like basically putting the transponder code, like as a friend or foe. Like you're handing it the pass, but the name of the ship belongs to the ship.
Yeah. Basically, the transponder codes that's attached to the ship is not important. What's important is the codes that Shug has, so the automatic turret system doesn't immediately fire on it as it gets near.
Okay, I assumed that was the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two different things. Every ship has a transponder code, but not every facility has a friend or foe icon.
Okay. So, what can I do to verify that this is the same ship he's talking about? Because he's saying that like the guy's gonna come to pick up the ship. He's gonna be like, oh, it's still. But if that's not the guy that's going to the facility to pick up, then we're going to be at the facility, and then he's going to show up at the same time, and we're going to be fucked.
Basically, what you guys have stumbled upon is from what he's insinuating that yes, this is indeed a Pyke transport.
Yes, the transport that is going to be picking up the delivery that we are going to be stealing at first. I want to verify. How can I do that? Is what I'm asking.
He's like, do you just want to take my word for it, or do you want to look at it yourself?
I mean, I'd like to take a look at the ship. I mean, you got Jawas working here, so
You got to. Hey, don't insult my Jawas.
But look, they do good work as long as they're being supervised.
They're my Jawas. They do impeccable work.
Not according to that lady.
Yeah, well, she's some senator's daughter. Like I was gonna do good work for her anyway. She's one of those surface people. I don't want them coming down here and sticking their nose in my business. I'm just upset that the engine didn't fall out when she was trying to go upstairs and didn't fall to her death.
All right, so yeah, let's go take a look at the ship.
All right.
Is it the ship that they're on, or is it a different one?
It is a different one.
Okay.
Thule, as we walk over to this, Thule is like waving his arm, trying to get Tisk and Watt's attention, and like flag them over.
Okay, Tisk, roll me a perception check. Watt, roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
I fail.
Perfect.
Like at this point, Watt is in the next transport past that one, looking for hidden compartments.
Like, he automatically assumes they all have them.
I have squirreled.
They clearly all have one.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to get into a Pyke transport. Of course, they all have one. It's only going to reinforce Watt's new obsession.
So
it's a wonder ball.
That's
what surprises one will contain.
On my perception,
11. I'm going to say it takes you a minute, but being the only Hurlik waving his arms at you, you eventually notice that Thule is waving at you.
I normally get attention much quicker than this.
I like raise a claw and then turn back to go try and figure out where Watt has gone.
Watt is currently inside another transport. Give me a tech roll. Since you're looking for hidden compartments now, and you think all transports have them.
I am gonna give myself whatever the
space guidance.
Yeah, space guidance. I'm gonna give myself space guidance because I am searching.
Use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
Natural one.
Utterly convinced. It's here.
With a natural one. Exactly that. You are convinced that every nook and cranny in this ship has a secret compartment.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I am searching. Like, I've moved between two different. Like, one of them's up on blocks, and I like crawl underneath it. I am searching everything.
Tisk, you see a very pissed off Jawa as inside shielding on the ship is being thrown out, and you just hear bing, 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 bing as Watt is stripping the inside layering of the ship, trying to find hidden compartments.
So based on that description, I am like, my torso is inside the ship, right? One arm is holding up the hatch, my tail is out and like holding onto the ship for balance, and my foot is like pushing against the Jawa.
And on that note, we are going to take our break.
Jacob, I think it was you a couple sessions ago that said Momo vibes from Avatar. Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
100%.
All right, we'll be back here in about 20 minutes, but if you're in the podcast, we'll be back here in a couple of seconds. All right, welcome back. That was a short break. As we last left off, the party has split as they are hanging out at a ship, quote-unquote, dealer of some type.
A totally legitimate business.
Totally legitimate business. That I did not, maybe I made a battle map for just in case.
Just in case.
I mean, like you do.
Just in case. And now, since you guys are choosing the peaceful route,
I chose violence.
We don't have to choose the peaceful route. That's still up for debate.
Look, I have a sniper rifle I need to figure out how to use. So
I will, just because I want to, and we'll make our listeners a little just, I'll show you guys the map I made.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Oh, they've got, like, rings around them? What?
is that
Oh, you're using the hex.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Because, Hex is sci-fi.
I love it.
So as you can see, I made a ship dealer, as it were. As you see, Watt and Tisk are down in one of the cargo trucks, and you can actually see what one of the cargo trucks looks like now.
Love it.
It's so hard to find me. I'm glad Tuli's on the map.
For those of you listening, tough shit, you're missing out. This is gorgeous.
Oh, cool.
All the blinking, literal blinking lights
Love it.
of a sci-fi map.
So I am assuming this Jawa is just like screaming at Watt, as Watt is like ripping this thing apart.
Oh, the Jawa is like almost trying to be on top of Watt as Watt is pushing him off of his foot. You know what? Just because it's gonna be fun, I want to do a contested strength check between a Jawa and a Lerman.
Yes.
All right. Can I lean into acrobatics?
What is your strength?
We don't need to talk about that.
I bet you're stronger than him.
I have an 8.
Oh, you are the same.
All right. Straight roll off then.
Straight roll
Let's
off.
do it.
Eats a -1.
I got a 10.
They got a 9.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
That's right. Alpha.
So literally,
Watt.
Watt's foot is in the face.
Detective.
Watt's foot is in the face of this poor Jawa as the Jawa is like trying to get it and stop him, and he's halfway into a panel.
I just reach up and like 3 claws go around like into his his shirt or whatever, and just like pull him out of this thing, and I just pick him up and look at him.
What are the Jawa?
What?
Aw.
Both.
Oh yeah, so Watt cats. Get the
Yeah. I pull Watt out and I look at the like who knows what is in his hands, and I'm just rub it, give it back. Time to go.
I kicked the Jawa.
oh,
Oh,
I'm
He's
dangling,
just doing a job.
It's just. And then I drop I've got a power converter and there's straight up a flux capacitor out of a DeLorean. I have just parts in my hand. I was looking for weapons.
you have what the Mon Calamari was looking for. You have the part.
You have the part.
yep, you found it.
That one part, you found it.
The part. The quote unquote part.
I say nothing to the Jawa and just set Watt up on my shoulder, setting him next to the barrel of this 4-foot-long sniper rifle as I peel off and head back up towards Thule and Shug.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. While Watt is on your shoulder next to the sniper rifle, can he turn it into one of those things from the Mandalorian that was like the fucking eviscerator sniper rifle?
That was a disruptor.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
Okay.
sniper rifle. Those exist in Star Wars 5e.
I was gonna say,
They
that's
absolutely
what I-
do.
Time for an upgrade.
What? I will definitely try to tweak it out if you want me to. I'll even use my inspiration on that roll.
I feel like it turns into one of those old Looney Tunes moments where like Elmer Fudd's got the shotgun and Bugs Bunny turns it into a bow tie. Like,
So, just because I want to share the character art, since you guys are on the map, the assistant Jawa named Not shows up as they're looking at it, so you can see his character art.
He's excellent. I love him. I thought we were talking to a Rhodian.
No, you are that. He is a Rhodian.
That's a Duros, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, wrong character art. He's a Rhodian. He's just he was born different.
Again, different doesn't mean better.
His Rhodian parents grew him up and said he was the ugly duckling. It doesn't matter if he was a Duros. His mother still loves him.
Somebody's gotta.
Who am I to body shame?
So, I assume you take us back to the others.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
This map is huge. I'm trying to look at all the characters, but they're so far away from each other.
We have something new for you to look through, Watt.
we're trying. This is the one you wanted, isn't it?
And my eyes get big, and I like Puss in Boots, like excited over the butt of the rifle.
Go ahead and check it out, buddy. We're
Pro-
gonna try to take it.
Pearl turns around, looks at Knot, and goes, well, he looks back at Sugar. So, how many days you want it? You said just a couple hours, right?
Just a couple hours.
Nate,
Well, if we could take it today and then have it back to you tomorrow, that would be ideal.
Hey, Knot, lose this in the registry for a couple days. You just see the Jawa pull a data pad out of his backpack. Immediately starts scrolling through it.
This is the type of business I enjoy doing. Everybody's on the same page.
So, just so you know, I don't know who you are, and that's how I want to keep this. And you start noticing his Coruscanti accent is going away, and he's starting to sound more and more like Vobin as you talk to him. That old man character that you first met when you saw him has went away, and now he's very much adopted another guise with you guys. So,
I'm tripping balls from the death stick at this point.
and it's still hanging out of his mouth. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you're with. I don't care who you voted for. But when it comes down to it, if this ship ain't back when you say it's supposed to be back, I'm going to tell this party we ain't mentioning right now who you are. And I got nothing to do with it. You understand?
we're going to a party?
Yeah, a real dangerous party.
Kind of, yes.
What is a Lerman doing here?
Don't worry about it. And in general, whatever he wants.
On cue, like I'll hop from Tisk onto Thule and then down, and literally I'm off into the shuttle here.
Pro crosses his arm, watching Watt, and he looks at Shug. He's like, I'd stop him if I was you. You don't want to touch that ship until we turn it off.
Well, why don't you just turn it off?
Some lessons need to be learned the hard way.
I like the Hurlik. So, with that being said, Watt, do you touch the ship?
So the first thing I do, since I'm assuming there's no open doors here.
There are doors that open up at the side, but they are not open.
Yeah, since everything's closed, the very first thing I do is I pull out the pop lad and I scan it.
Okay. In the Star Wars universe, not everything is on a Wi-Fi like network. Some of them a lot of stuff is hardlined, such as the entryway of ships. Most of the time has to be done with touching the actual dial pad.
And with my slicer's kit or security kit, depending on what I'm looking for, I can try to look for entry security measures, like how the fuck do I get in, kind of thing.
Okay. So as you get close enough to the ship to get a good look at it, you hear a little laughter coming from Prol as you just hear and these two panels start opening up, and you just see turrets come out. He's like, "Told you."
Wait, is it on the ship? Turrets on the ship or just on the landing pad?
On the landing pad.
Oh, damn.
Not turn them off. You see, Not walks over and he hooks up his. He doesn't have a pop lad. He's got a data boy.
God damn it!
we compare models for a moment.
He plugs his
Talk
data
about our apps.
He plugs his data boy into the turrets and presses a button, and both of them go right back down.
As they're lowering down, like they lower down and go past Watt, so suddenly you see Watt as he was like totally behind one of these turrets, completely obscured except for this giant fluffy Lerman tail. And as it goes down, you just see Watt's eyes huge. I want one.
Well, maybe we can work a deal. But, so, Not and I are going to go take a coffee break. And when we turn our backs and we go into the office to deal with the crowd that's lined up, you know, if we turn back around and the ship is missing and it doesn't show up for a day, you know, we're none the wiser. And as he turns around, you see him reach into his pocket and he pulls out a little dongle and drops it literally onto the ground. And him and Not start walking off. And as he's walking off, he looks at Not. He goes, "Hey, you ever see the keys of those ship? I think it just fell out of my pocket."
Enjoy your coffee.
Yeah, see ya. And they go walking back to the office.
I love these guys.
I just want you to understand that we didn't pay him anything. We just told him that we were going to drop spice off on the ship.
We're going to give you a truck full of spice. That's all it took.
Watt snatches the key and is like, he's gone. He's in it.
Basically, because I'm a nerd, basically what you have is a key that looks like the Voltron keys that start the lions.
Love it. Love it.
We're all old enough to get that reference!
You look at Watt, and Watt's like, oh, classic.
Yeah, I
I'm
figured I would be flying. So, does anybody else want that job?
As soon as you all walk onto the shuttle, like, since we've been in a similar model, like, Watt is already searching every panel.
Okay, so basically what this is just a giant van. It's a fully open cargo area. Thule's head scrapes the top of it. It's still comfortable, but like you can, you know, if you stretch all the way up, Thule's head's going to hit the top of it.
As Thule steps in, the whole thing kind of shifts, and Thule looks really self-conscious about it as he like wiggles into the pilot seat and kind of squeezes himself in.
He's doing that awkward fat guy thing when you get into the car chair for the first time, where you're pressing a button and it's going all the way back really slowly, and you're just awkwardly looking at each other as it.
Was that Snatch or was that Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? Where the getaway driver was the really big guy.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah. Get away from what?
No. That was Snatch because I had the dog.
That's right.
That's the same guy played now. Yeah. 40 something.
What is he going to get away from?
I have a stark visual in my head right now of fucking Gantu from Lilo and Stitch, like
Nice.
into this like seat that's way too small for him.
Why didn't I think of that? Gantu is a Hurlik.
He's pretty much straight up, yeah.
Oh my god,
Now we know.
Gantu's a freaking Hurlik. I didn't think about that.
That's fantastic.
First question for the ship is: are there hidden panels with guns in them?
Give me a tech check.
I am absolutely searching.
Oh man, I wanted a 1 again.
No, 16 total.
16. All right. Looking in the BIOS of the ship and looking at its design, there is some modifications. Strictly the modifications is a lot of the bells and whistles and unnecessary apparati, as it were, has been stripped out. This one is not rated for vacuum at all. The extra insulation, everything has been pulled out of it to make space for more cargo, for bigger cargo containers. The one thing that you do notice is that there is a small remote turret on the top of the ship.
Cute.
Noted. I will identify where the panel for that is, or the control for that, real quick.
It can be operated from. There's no there's no seat, Okay. It can be operated simply by the data pads near the cockpit. The pilot can operate it remotely as he's flying, or another operator can operate it through the data pad that's on the wall.
So I can plug in the pop lad and go to town. Here.
Technically, you could.
Other real important thing, as I'm looking into, as you said, the BIOS of this ship. Can this ship be remote taken over, or somebody remotely lock it down or turn it off? And if so, I would like to disable that function.
There is not a function like that, but okay. This is the Star Wars. This is the Star Wars universe, not the Expanse or Mass Effect. You can't stop tractor beams.
That is something that's totally out of my control there.
Yeah. But other than a remote shut off by a third party that's like, oh no, that's my ship, click, that doesn't exist on this ship.
Perfect.
That's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just from where I'm plugged in, cord coming out of the pop lad into the wall, flip down my goggles and then flip 3 different lenses on them and keep going, and at one point start humming, and I look up to Thule and I just give a thumbs up.
Go ahead.
I just want you to look when I put Thule's character over the cockpit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
And that is why Thule feels really self-conscious right now.
Uh-huh.
So right now he's the dude in The Simpsons that's way too tall for the car, the one that made fun of Nelson. Here's Thule getting in this automatically. First thing you notice, it's not made for Hurliks.
Not much is.
It's like me trying to climb into one of the new H2 Hummers. It's like there's no knee room. Your knee's right against the dashboard. And it stinks in here.
Oh.
To add insult to injury, this cockpit smells bad. It smells like Pyke.
I promise it's not me. It's I look back, and even if no one's paying attention to me, Thule is very much it's not me, guys.
All right, so that being said, you guys are on this ship. As you guys are sitting here, and you eventually hear the thunk, thunk of the magnetic stabilizers being released as the ship almost floats away about a foot away from the dock itself.
Oh, I was going to say, while they were doing that inside, I was going to take a look at the ship on the outside, just make sure everything looks okay.
Oh, you can fly, so you're great gazoo it around.
Fair.
Taking pictures of any dings
Yeah.
that already existed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you're in Ireland, because then they don't care what it looks like when you turn it back in.
They did not care at all.
We have like scratched rims and a broken fucking side view mirror case and all sorts of stuff. They're like, oh, it looks good.
As an Irish man myself, when you have Guinness, that's all you care about. Who cares if there's a ding in the rental car?
There was a Guinness shortage. I don't know if you all ever follow Irish news at all.
And they didn't move?
I did hear that.
Last time they have a shortage of potatoes, they moved.
They weren't allowed to move, Bill. They wanted to really bad, and some certain group of people wouldn't let them.
Yeah.
Or give them new potatoes.
That's the real tragedy here.
There was a whole lot going on there. I wrote a anthropology paper on that when I was in school.
That's what a mutual friend of Gabe and I's said a long time ago. He's an Irishman too, and his doctor put him on a special diet and told him, like, yeah, you can't have starch or potatoes. And he looked right at the doctor. He's like, I'm Irish. You remember the last time they told us we couldn't have potatoes? We moved.
Yeah. We also created a Republic Army.
So, boarding this ship, Thule, give me a piloting check to get it started. As it's just, right now it's on a repulsor lift, it's kind of just floating. What are you checking on the outside, Shug, by the way?
I want to look at the engines. I want to look at like anything that looks like it's been added aftermarket.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything unusual, basically.
What would
That was
you...
about to be a 20.
Yeah, I saw that roll over. That's not right. What would you like? What skill would you like to use? Because I don't want to keep sitting here going, use a tech check. What?
I would like to use a tech check.
God damn it!
It's my expertise. That's a +9. So like.
Okay.
All right. That's a 6 on the die. So 14.
14.
15. Sorry, math.
So from what you can tell, aftermarket, there is additional armor plating that has been added. Any real identifiers of the ship has been taken off. It seems the engines are added to our stronger lift capabilities. It can probably fly faster than a normal cargo truck of its rating.
Nice.
But it is the Moonshiner's version of a cargo truck.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Where are we taking this thing?
That's a good question.
So the last plan that we had sort of formed was the Shug and I would go through the vent.
Mm-hmm.
Thule and Tisk would show up for the spice. Like, we didn't get much further than that in planning.
No, I know. I mean, like right now. Where are we taking? Are we?
I was waiting for Shug to come back in. That I was gonna be like, where are we putting this?
I was like,
Till tomorrow.
I figured you guys had a plan.
I imagine there's like you can go, like rent a parking spot or whatever.
It's Star Wars. They just go hover in front of a building.
All right.
All right. So what do we? Do we want to talk through the plan more?
I think that getting back in the tunnels and going further in than I did last time to get access to the facility and see what that gains us. Excuse me. Because the facility itself, like, there are several entrances from the tunnels into the main floor of the facility. Like, I've already seen those.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what sort of systems I can access until I get there. I might be able to like I've got access to the pressure plates from underneath. As long as I'm in the tunnels, I can get access to it. The pressure plates, the cameras, the sensors, but like the security network. But I don't necessarily have access to anything else, at least from my last access point.
Okay, and we also have now Tisk's remote detonated grenades or bombs or whatever, right? If we wanted to set those and make a distraction.
And I've got a detonator for the breaching charge that I have as well, because Tisk put one on there last time he handed it back to me.
So I guess Jacob, is somebody else able to like set those and you're still able to detonate them, or is that something you have to do?
So for unfortunately for just a baseline remote detonator, unless we could find a way to improve its quality, I still have to be anyone could technically do it once it's set, but they have to be within 30 feet of them. The mine has to be set, and then it has to be within 30 feet.
But could I set the mine in the tunnel if you're already paired with it, and then you detonate it when you arrive?
As long as the detonator is within 30 feet of the mine, then I don't see why not.
How big is the blast? Not that big?
15 feet radius.
Do you have to keep your Bluetooth turned on this whole time in order to repair to a device, or?
That seems dangerous. There's a bomb, but you have to be within 30 feet.
So the higher the quality of remote detonator you make, the next level is 60, 90, 120. Like super high level ones, you can be like 1,200 feet away.
Oh my god, guys! I can put tiny arms on my droid, and the droid can.
We've talked about this. This is the first thing we brought up when you said your droid.
I literally stuck a grenade in the droid.
No, I'm not talking about blowing up the droid. I'm talking about having the droid having the detonator. So we can just you don't have to be there, and it can just go beep.
I'm here for it.
I love this. So, am I going in the tunnel to look?
It's dangerous, You're gonna be going alone unless you really want me there. But I'll be there.
I thought you were coming.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Are you talking about going in now to get more information, or are you talking about when we go in tomorrow?
Watt isn't aware, neither was Gabriel, that this wasn't a right now thing, because we were that well organized that I just assumed we were going.
We have. I mean, if you all want to hang out for the night,
Julie got in the driver's seat and not Watt.
No, I mean, if there's information to be gotten beyond what we already have, or preparations that could be made to get in there tonight, I think that's valid. But the pickup time is at a set time tomorrow, and It all kind of needs to go down around the same time for all of that.
Yeah. So I was thinking we can use this time to kind of do more planning. Also, I would like to spend time modifying my droid over the long rest and all of that, so that I can tender it to this mission basically.
So let's powwow in the shuttle outside of the district then.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So I feel like taking the shuttle somewhere just outside of the district for the night would be smart, and then we can do whatever we need to for the evening.
Oh, let's get noodles.
Noodle break, absolutely.
Wait, listen, we can go get noodles, but I think we should go to somewhere other than
Galaxy.
Galaxy Noodle.
You just land this Pike cargo hauler in front of her noodle shop.
But that's my favorite noodle shop in the Undercity.
All right,
Watt is 100% serious. He wants.
So, as the party,
we haven't had a noodle break in 2 sessions. So
this is true. As the party flies off in this rented, quote unquote,
Borrowed.
borrowed shuttle.
Requisition.
As you guys fly off, Thule activating and squizzed into the little thing, we are going to call it here, as we are calling it a little early, as a member of our group has to travel early in the morning, and he's eepy.
Bite me.
So,
Bill, before I forget, before next week,
Yes.
the primary thing that I would like to do in preparation for this is I would like to, before we leave out, to find 2 mag cart basically like mover carts, right? Like you're expecting to pick up something big and deliver it
Hover
somewhere.
carts.
I want to try and find 2.
I assume they were
By
already on the
whatever.
ship.
So if they're not already on the ship, right? And I would like to rig at least one of the mines to the bottom of the cart.
okay.
That's word.
All right, so I will make note that you want to do that, because we will be back in 2 weeks, as we are taking next week off because one of us will be traveling. And so we will call it. We will call it here. We'll stop here, and we will do accolades real quick as you guys roll off.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
4.
We are all sub 10. Let's
Roll
get it.
these, Derek.
Oh no!
Mm.
Fucking bring it.
I'm
I
going to
rolled
go
a
first
16.
with a 6.
I rolled a 1 and I go second. Sorry.
All right.
Wow.
Thule, Watt, Shug, Tisk.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or Sean, Gabe, Derek, Jacob.
That is true.
All right.
Well, that's
All right, Sean, lead us off.
fucking silly to start with a 6. Gosh. But I didn't have time to think because I chose not to think.
What we talked about last session, it's the Pooh Bear. Think.
Right? Think. Oh, bother. What did I like the most? I liked Watt riding the fucking R2D2 droid around and just pickpocketing, and doing drive-by pickpockets and causing absolute just nonsensical chaos during that scene. It was absolute. The scene had absolutely no reason for that, and the fact that you threw it in was just a great example of how Watt is Watt.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I would like
Yeah.
to point out that due to Watt's random I'm stealing and finding
Antics.
shit tonight, there was acquired 1,600 credits worth of
A sniper
random
rifle.
stuff. 1,300 of it was the sniper rifle. The other 350 was the fucking restraining bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watt. Sometimes he gets lint, right? And sometimes he finds detonators and sniper rifles, apparently. But thank you, Sean.
Absolutely. And then Bill just pulling up this. Well, one, the faith that you had in us to make this a combat experience, and to do a battle map.
I make
Thank
so
you.
many battle maps you guys don't see. I just save them for later.
I mean, yeah, depending on how the intimidation
Ruin your
roll
life,
went
seeing
in
every
the
one.
line. Right? We could have just started a fucking mosh pit in the line, but no,
Sorry, go ahead.
that's it. The battle map is fantastic.
Well, thank you very much.
What
like
the
it's-
battle map represents is fantastic. That's what I should say.
I feel like it's a decided advantage of operating digital that I just want to make a map and then I have it and then you have it,
I'm so spoiled. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so spoiled as a DM.
Yeah.
All right.
Gabe, yeah, you're next.
Shug, for telling the shady car dealer that we were stealing from the Pykes. Like, just walking up and being like, I will give you a truck of meth if you let me borrow your truck. Like, who comes up with that shit?
Honestly, it solved a problem that I was already thinking. I was like, we're going to spice, and we're not going to have time to, like, offload that. And I was like, what the fuck are we going to do with it? And I was like, oh, we just use it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have, Watt would have 100% just, like, thrown it out the back, like, given it to people. Or
Which
he
is
would have developed a
terrifying.
drug problem.
Senator Mon Mothma died today as being crushed by a pack of spikes that fell from a cargo ship.
Let them eat spice.
All right.
Thank you.
But so Shug, that whole thing just tickled the hell out of me.
Me as well.
And Bill, thank you for you do this in Stratera as well, and any game I've ever played with you. You always find a way to make every character's actions useful. Because Watt is kind of a ball of chaos, and I am intentionally playing him to just follow the impulse. And what is the thing? You said we need to go talk to this guy. Okay, I'm walking out the door to go talk to the guy. And you find a way to make all of that nonsense story relevant and appropriate. And that is a talent, my friend. And I appreciate it.
Thank you. And next up is Derek.
I'm going to give mine to Tisk and jointly to Watt because of the sniper rifle. The fact that Tisk, without hesitation, took the sniper rifle and put it on his back and then walked up to the store owner with it just on.
I was waiting for somebody to ask about the thing, and I was just like,
Oh my
I've
God.
had this thing my whole life.
Hilarious to me. And also the fact that, like, I had the thought of, like, okay, so he's walking up and he's got a brand new rifle on his back. I'm not saying a goddamn thing about that.
Well, that's
I love that.
I was this close to Watt going, look what I found!
Thankfully, the ADD kicked in, and your attention went elsewhere before you were able to.
What did you call it, Sean? He's not dumb. He's just ADD distractible.
Yeah, it's not the inattentive type. It's the impulsive type.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, that for Jacob and Gabe, and then Bill. I loved the interaction with Prohl. I was really not sure. Like, I was gonna play the encounter by feel as to, like, what kind of person he was, but we walked in and you made it so clear that this guy is just like a scumbag, like, car dealer. I was like, oh, okay, like, this guy will be cool with it.
I love playing scumbag car dealers. I don't know why. I love that personality.
Hilarious. Yeah. So this went way smoother than I was ever expecting.
Me too.
Yeah, so something will go terribly wrong later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are failing up so much. I'm waiting for the opposite. Jacob.
Yeah, I am gonna throw mine at Thule for being the brute squad, and then squeezing in the front of the ship, and, like, I don't know, I got tickled at Thule's description of, like, feeling uncomfortable and self-conscious in this small ship. It cracked me up. I loved it. And
Absolutely where I'm supposed to be. Leave me alone.
And Bill for our Rhodian ship salesman here, that on the spot got a backstory, and I as an NPC and everything that was going on in all of this tickled me. And the little, like, Jawa foreman or whatever, the artwork on that thing was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Did you notice his name?
Not
Yeah. He was named for a reason. whatnot.
Oh, God.
I want to be his best friend.
Right, and that makes sense for why he had shit in common with. Yeah, well done, Bill. Well done.
He's not Watt.
He's the Jawa what? The Jawa. All right, so going back down the line, there was one line at the very beginning with Thule that just hit me as absolutely hilarious, and that's you remember when I broke the guy's knees? I want to do that again.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I was like, oh god. It's like, oh okay, Thule is choosing violence today.
Yep.
And that just tickled me. I enjoyed it, and I was like, yeah, good thing I made that battle map. I just saw a pile of dead Jawas.
I mean, if Watt had his way, it would have been Jawa paste.
No. If Watt had his way, there would have been an army of Jawas.
Then let's see what one. Yeah, I gotta say I enjoyed you looking at the ships, which I always thought that was fun. But I like your interactions when Watt sees droids for the first time. I think that's always neat. It's like, and I felt bad because it's like this droid was really literally the Walmart greeter of droids with no personality, and
for having built him without like astromech stuff, Watt is becoming increasingly fascinated with droids, and it's gonna be bad.
And Derek, Shug is the sleazy con man I've wanted in every game.
Accurate.
Thank you. I'll take that as a huge compliment.
It's like, oh, I gotta talk to this like sleazy card dealer. I got you, boo. I'm I'm on it.
It's my people.
Yeah, that's my people. The fact that you've gotten more done just by like talking to people that either you've dicked over in the past, the poor stormtrooper, the information broker who you just you have a kindred soul with, and this fucking drug head car dealer that you just get. Like you offered someone who has a Death Stick edition a truckload of spice. You notice I did
the good guys.
You notice I didn't even make you roll a persuasion check for that.
No, I love this.
It was great.
Even if this guy's lying to me, there's still a chance.
That's fucked up.
Gotta
Amazing.
put the dick in addiction.
Let's see. Jacob Tisk. One, I didn't expect the remote control mines. That got me. I was just like, oh, okay, things just got real. He just made claymores. All right, and there we go. And two, grabbing the sniper rifle, which I actually thought Watt was just going to leave it because I'm like, what is Watt's use for it? And I was like, oh, Tisk, of course. Tisk is going with.
I would have disassembled it.
Yeah, Tisk has got the sniper rifle.
Is mine now.
Tisk has got a sniper rifle. Oh god, and there was something else that Tisk did. Oh, kicking the R2 unit. That was great. Yeah, it's like it was totally random. I was like, as I rolled the dice to see whose foot he runs over, I was so happy it was Tisk when it happened. I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is fitting. So, with that being said, the toughest part is choosing which one of you guys to give inspiration to. Which Gabe got it last week.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to toss it to Shug.
Nice.
Excellent. I will take it. Thank you.
Because you guys are, I've noticed you guys have been using inspiration like crazy in this game
Yes.
compared to other games that we've played. So I am happy you guys are enjoying it so far. I'm happy those of you that listened are enjoying it so far. And if you really enjoyed the game, please give us a like and subscribe. Follow us on Blue Sky. Follow us on Twitter. Tell people about us. Enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, tell even more people about us. That way, they hate it too.
My haters are my motivators.
Yeah, exactly. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks with our next episode. And as we like to say here at the Forever DMs, practice kindness. It is a free action, and you guys have a good time. This time, I'm not going to disconnect myself from Discord. This time, I'm actually going to stop recording.